Fetch Family Pet Resort. It's a dog and cat daycare and boarding business, and they're killing it. They have 4.9 rating on Google with nearly 1,000 reviews, and on Facebook as well, 4.9 with nearly 200 reviews. So yeah, these guys are definitely trustworthy. They're offering outstanding services. The pets there are happy and well taken care of. Now, looking at their site, or their hero section actually, it's not terrible. There are a couple of calls to action that are there. They're using rounded corners, which is good, better than straight edges on buttons. And there's an image of a dog and it looks fun. But honestly, I think there are improvements that can be made to this hero section. Starting with the navigation or the header, it's a bit messy, in my opinion, a bit disproportionate. The logo looks huge, and there are like 2 rows on the right that you can see here of links, and information, and it just kind of looks all thrown in there. It doesn't align well with the logo. It looks a bit messy, in my opinion. The main image is a dog, but it's clearly a stock image, and I would not use that here. Why not? Because they have tons of great real images of their actual business on Google. You have to use that, right? It's all about trust. Anything that's related to pets and children especially, show off your ratings, show off testimonials, show off reviews and real images. That's always going to help me trust you much quicker than a stock image, of course. Now, the value proposition statement, which is this heading, Fetch means fun, and the paragraph below, they're fine, but I wouldn't use Fetch means fun because it's a bit vague. It's a catchy slogan, but this should tell me explicitly what the value proposition is, what the offer is, and it's not. It's just a catchy phrase. So I would probably change that. Finally, the calls to action, or the 2 buttons here, they're contained within this row, this kind of blue section, and for some reason it makes me want to ignore them. And my attention should go towards the call to action always, and it's not really helping. So let's look at what I did to try and improve, from my perspective, in my experience, this hero section. Always start with the value proposition statement. In this case, I went with something straightforward, no catchy slogan. Pet daycare and boarding 24/7. That's what you do. That's what you say, especially for a local business like this. For the subheading, I copied and pasted what they have. I think it works. So they had this hashtag that I think it's kind of outdated. It's not necessary. I replaced it with the word family and just removed the location because it's going to go somewhere else. Now, of course, clean up the line height, clean up the spacing between the heading and the subheading. It's a good time to do it. So that's what I did here. Now, something that's very important in my opinion, as I mentioned initially, is the reviews, the ratings that they have on Google and Facebook. So we're going to have to show that off here. You have to do it, right? You can't just keep that hidden. It's about building trust. So what I did is I created, as you can see here, kind of a badge. It's its own little visual element that has the Google and Facebook logos, the stars, the ratings, and the amount of reviews that are, creating this rating of 4.9. It's impressive. It's gonna allow people to trust their pets, to trust you with their pets. So yes, created. I added some design, of course, rounded corners, and made sure the colors match the color palette that I chose. But I created this trust element to go right above the heading, as you can see here. And that's the first trust element that I'm using. Now, the call to action, the button, I'm going to keep it simple and just use one: book service. And I always like to keep the buttons with rounded corners. As I said, straight edges are kind of intimidating. So just kind of make it look nice. I chose that bright red from the color palette to really make it stand out. Added a little icon, and now we have the foundation, I think, the focal point for a good hero section. So there it is, right? Now, obviously, we're missing images. I'm not going to use a typical background image, which I think could look good, but I'm going to create a little gallery with the images that the real images that they have of their service and their premises on Google. So I took those images from Google, and I'm creating this little gallery. Again, it's all about immediately telling people we can be trusted, we know what we're doing. And the ratings above, plus obviously the value proposition statement in this photo gallery here, should be more than enough to build this trust. Of course, I made the gallery look prettier, adjust the rounded corners a little bit, the spacing, but there you go, there you have it. Now the white background, yes, it is a bit bland, so I created this simple gradient with the green and the yellow, and I'm creating the sensation of sunny day, happy days, summertime, fun with this color palette and this gradient and the overall design that you can see here. Now for the header, I couldn't help myself, and I created very quickly a new logo just because I wanted to match the new design a bit better. So I mentioned earlier, the header is a problem in their current site. It's a bit messy. So let's see what I did here. First of all, distribute things neatly, logo on the left, links in the center, and the main call to action on the right, like book service. I made it a bit smaller, remove the icon just to make it fit better within the header, but that's it. Keep things simple, keep things organized. Now, I would leave things as they are right now that I'm fixing in the position of the header. But they're a local business, and they do have their address and phone number on their current site, and I think with good reason, because it helps with ranking locally and SEO, and it also just builds trust. So I'm going to add the address and phone number somewhere here. It was kind of tricky to find a good place for that. I also added this kind of account button here because they seem to have some type of customer dashboard or something. I put it just right next to the main call to action. So yeah, here I am creating some space for the address and phone number. So I decided to add it right above, like in a secondary row, right above the main row of the header, create some separation with a very subtle white line. Of course, add some icons to make it look better. So it's not disrupting the design, but it's doing its job of ranking, helping the business rank locally and make sure that people know where they are, phone number and address. So yeah, this is what I did. You can see it here. I went for bright, sunny, summer fun, trust elements, a gallery that you can immediately tell is made up of real images. And maybe there's some animation when you scroll down. The gallery kind of scrolls from left to right very slowly. You don't want to get like too dizzy there. Maybe automatically start scrolling as you load the page, but you can do whatever you want there. This is their current site. I think it's an improvement. And my aim here, as you can tell with these videos, is all about building the brand, positioning the brand, building trust, but conversion. It's about conversion. So I hope you liked it. Thank you.